Hello! If you're searching for a stress-free life, I guess you've tried both yoga and meditation already. And today I'll share with you a few quite funny strategies that I learned about outside a pyramid in Giza some years ago. Now, it doesn't mean you have to drop your yoga or your meditation, but these strategies can help you release stress and tension within minutes, both in your mind and your body and your entire being. Okay, so I was sitting outside the Kheops pyramid in Cairo, in Giza, Egypt, a few years back, and my friends had all gone into the pyramid. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was this pink, beautiful sky. Cairo was totally silent still because it was so early in the morning. And I was finding a nice position there outside on the edge of the desert. It was really magical. And soon I just fell into a deep and wonderful meditation. And after half an hour, I don't know, for quite a long time, then I opened my eyes and towards me is this police officer coming, and he asks me if I would like a cup of tea. And soon I was sitting there sipping my sweet mint tea, you know, this very strong, very sweet tea. That was amazing, and everything was so nice. And I was connecting to feel the energy of the place and feel the energy of this ancient, magical place that so many people have come to experience. And soon I felt the connection to my spiritual guide, Hilarion, who I've been channeling for many years. Now, I took out my notebook and I started on this channeling, and I was sitting for a long time writing. And if you're not familiar with spiritual channeling, it's like an inspiration, words just coming through me in a way. It doesn't feel like myself, it feels like another entity, but I won't go into that today. If you want to know more about spiritual channeling, I'll talk about that some other day. Then leave a comment below and I'll come back to that. Anyway, it was a long channeling that morning, and it all had to do with resetting of the nervous system, releasing stress and tension, and also how to teach the newborn cells in our body not to copy the old ones, but stay well, instead of copying the old ones that are tired, that are exhausted, that are not healthy. So, long story short, Hilarion taught me these 3 strategies of how to release tension and reset the memory of these cells in a few minutes. Now, afterwards, after I've told you the strategies, I'll tell you the most important thing to do after the release, because there's a moment there that we have to use to get the full effect of these strategies. First one out is laughter. Now, according to Hilarion, when we laugh, we release tension, we release stress, but it's also a magical moment for actually resetting the memory of ourselves. And it's this moment of when we have the possibility of protecting our new cells from copying the old in an unhealthy way. But I know that not everyone has as easily access to laughter as I have, because I laugh quite many times a day. And I don't want you to force yourself to laugh, obviously, because I'm not wanting you to be unauthentic or do something you don't feel comfortable about. But that being said, knowing the therapeutic effect of laughter is huge, we can search for something that makes us laugh. You know, look for something that's funny to you. For many people, small children or puppies, something like that can make us laugh. And maybe for you, it's watching a video of people falling off the ladder, I don't know what. But laughter is strategy number 1. And I'll tell you what to do after the laughter in a moment. So strategy number 2 is crying. And that might seem a little bit more serious and maybe not so much fun, but crying and laughter is actually quite close in our hearts. Just watch children, they switch from crying to laughter very quickly. And there's also this group of people called teenagers. I don't know if you've been one, or if you are one, or if you know one, but they are very often very good at using this strategy consciously, because instead of waiting to be sad and waiting to start crying, they put on some music that will make them cry. And this way, it's like they are pushing out the hormones, the frustrations, the sadness, the lost love, or whatever they've experienced out of the heart, out of the system through those tears. And it's the same if we watch a sentimental film that trigger our emotions and we start crying in that way. So you can provoke crying as a cleanse, as a catharsis, as a reset of your nervous system as well. The third strategy that Hilarion came with on that morning was the orgasm. After an orgasm, we can be very relaxed, and some find it easy to fall asleep. Some get very joyful and full of energy as well. There are many reactions to the orgasm as well. And some people even start crying or laughing together with or after an orgasm. So it's one of the three strategies to release the tension, to release the stress, but also that creates a magical moment that we can use to reset and recode our cells. So according to Hilarion, it's the moment after we laugh, after we cry, after we've had an orgasm, that creates this opening space, this opening moment, like a magical space that we can use to reset our system if we take advantage of it and if we really take it seriously. So it has to do with recognizing what you are experiencing after the orgasm, after the laughter, after the crying. So after the release comes some kind of either emotions or thoughts or an experience of a feeling or whatever. You're not supposed to understand anything about it. You're not supposed to fix anything. It's just to recognize what you're feeling afterwards. So bring your awareness to your state of mind. Bring your awareness to the bodily sensations that you have. Bring your awareness to your heart or your emotions and recognize whether you feel relaxed, whether you feel sad, whether you feel happy, whether you feel empty, whatever is fine, it's all fine. But what you do when you've brought this awareness to this moment is that you connect for a minute or two to this pause, just letting things be as they are without trying to do anything about it. It's like a reset, conscious reset. Now, it's the same that happens with your phone when you update your phone. You know, you have to wait a few minutes for it to start working again. After the update, you need to wait. And that is the resetting of everything so that it works better afterwards. So it's the same after this release of stress, that we create this magical moment where we don't just rush into the old ways, because what happens then is that all cells and everything, mind, everything goes just back to where they were before. But instead, we just take this pause, this break, this moment, and create magic out of it instead, so that the cells can be communicating with the newborn ones, protecting them, and that all the mind, body, and emotions work as best as possible afterwards. So take some deep breaths and connect to this moment after you've been crying, after you've been laughing, after you've had an orgasm, and remind yourself that you're now mastering your own stress levels from this moment onwards, okay? So try this every time you've been crying, laughing, having an orgasm, and let me know in the comments below how that changes your level of stress. Let's share some love.